Marvel's What If is the biggest disappointment I have ever seen. It is so bad. It's such a bad series. Like, I'm shocked they ever greenlit this show. The animation's fine. It's whatever. I'm not used to it, but I can deal with it. Some of the story was pretty cool. I liked most of the episodes. It was very interesting. The episodes were fucking shitty. Like, you're telling me you had no better ideas in season 3? Like, dude, they showed at the very end of season 3 literally all the what ifs of, like, oh, Ghost Rider being a samurai, Spider-Man with 6 arms, Deadpool with whatever arsenal he had. Like, those look so much more cooler and interesting than what we got. Because what we got was Howard the Duck getting hinged. What? What? Howard the Duck sleeping with a human and one of the two birthing out an egg. I hope to God it wasn't the human. Having a child. And that child being the alignment of the what? Don't get me wrong. I understand it was trying to be funny, but you didn't succeed in that. Most of the episode, I was just very uncomfortable. Why are all the gods and these characters just going for this egg? It seems like no important. And then later on, we find out she's a pretty big part of the story at the very end of season 3, which I thought was very fucking stupid. I like the idea of having MCU original characters, but, like, you could have introduced this character so much better. No. It had to be a mixture of Howard the Duck and whatever her name was from Thor. I forget. What were they thinking? Like, you had so many better opportunities, right? Season 1 was one of the more better seasons because it was, at first, we thought it was just an anthology series about different stories and all that, which was cool. I liked that. First episode, very nice. Last episode, pretty cool. Kind of underwhelming, but still cool nonetheless. And then the rest of the episodes, the Doctor Strange episode, dude, that episode was emotional. I was like, this is cool. And like that, that whole thing was awesome. Second season was kind of cool, but, like, they really put an emphasis on Captain Carter. Really focused on Captain Carter a lot, which was cool, but, like, you could tell not a lot of people are very interested in her, and they made it seem like she was the savior of the multiverse. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, the writers, if you're watching this of What If, Captain Carter is not that much of an interesting character. As much as I love Captain America, I'm like a huge Captain America fan, he's not that much of an interesting character. There are 10 times more interesting characters that could be the savior of the multiverse than a person that's representing their country. Like, don't get me wrong, cool character. Should not be the main person that should be protecting the multiverse. No. Just no. Yeah, they really put a big emphasis on that, and it didn't really help them very much. But, you know, I guess they were really trying to push this character a lot because they introduced him in episode 1, season 1. So, I guess they had to. I don't know. Season 3 comes along, right? And this is just the biggest disappointment. This just kind of fumbled the entire fucking series. It was horrible. It was downright bad. The episodes were interesting. I liked the mech episode, the Agatha episode where she went to Hollywood. That was cool. I thought was really interesting. I liked the cowboy episode back in the old West and all that. I was kind of bored for a lot of it, to be honest. I'm trying to remember the other episodes. I watched it the first week it came out, and I'm trying to remember most of them. I forget most of the episodes because that's how forgettable the show is, because I forgot most of the episodes. Like, I feel like this show could have been so much better if it was just an anthology series. Like, as in, like, there were multiple stories that had nothing to do with each other, had no connection, nothing. This is an opinion, by the way. Do not take this as fact, please. It's an opinion. What I think would have been great for the What If series. It was an anthology series and had nothing to do with anything, no interconnected stuff. And the only thing it was focusing on, okay, was the Watcher. If it focused on the Watcher and him, you know, observing all the multiverse, all the stories, not intervening in any way, that would have been really interesting. I would have loved that. You know, him in the first season, you know, doesn't do anything, like, narrates every story, whether it's tragic or great or whatever, and, you know, he does his own thing, doesn't intervene. Second season, he does the same thing, talks about, you know, the story, but then And later on in the season, he starts to intervene more. If they did that, that would have been so much more interesting, you know? And then the third season, he's intervening in every storyline. Like, if they did the thing where it's like anthology series and we're only focusing on one character, the Watcher, we see him throughout the 3 seasons or more. They did do this. We would have seen him go from just observing to intervening to literally changing the course of each timeline. And that could have been a stepping stone for the future of the next Avengers movie or the next multiverse movie. Or if they'd continued just doing an anthology series and focused on just one character, the Watcher, that would have been very interesting. Where he just didn't intervene in the first season, started to intervene a little bit in the second season. Third season, intervened a lot, and at the very end of that third season, right, he goes to trial with the other Watchers, and they put him to death or whatever. And that would have been so much more interesting than what we got. I didn't care much about Captain Carter. I didn't care much about the chick with the Tesseract powers. I think her name was Cohorty. I don't know. I didn't really care much about, you know, the bird chick that was the descendant of Howard the Duck. I did very much enjoy seeing Storm. That was cool. But what was the point of watching this? I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like Marvel could have done so much better with this, making an anthology series, which I think it was originally supposed to be, because you could see that. But then they sort of interconnected it and made their own thing, which again, that's their decision. I can't, you know, tell them what they can or cannot do, because I'm just a human being who just enjoys what they produce and stuff. Kind of. I'm kind of honestly getting bored of a lot of the stuff they're making. They had such a good opportunity with multiple, infinite ideas, infinite, you know, realities, and multiple what ifs of that could have been so much better than what we got. It's a disappointment, in my opinion. I think it's one of their biggest flops, but, you know, many people say otherwise. Huge missed opportunity. So, but yeah, better luck next time.